Hey, what's going on everybody? My name is Michael and welcome back to the Growth Mindset channel. So I've been struggling with trying to figure out how much time there is in a day and really understand what can I get done within those short 24 hours. And as we all know, you can't gain time, you can't lose time, you can only use your time to the best of your ability to get all of the things you want to get done. So while thinking of the next topic for a video, I was running out of time, so I said, hey, let's make a video on the top 10 things on what I use to maximize my time so I know that each day I'm getting the most important things done so that when I go to sleep, I know that I feel accomplished and fulfilled for that day, understanding that I know I did the very best I could do. So check out in this video the top 10 things that I have to help you guys maximize your time. Stay tuned. So the first tip that I have for you is very simple. It's just about writing down the things you want to get done. And you can do this in a variety of ways. If you have your phone, put reminders on your phone, use physical sticky notes, you can use electronic sticky notes, you can use a calendar that tells you when you have to get things done through an hourly basis. Really, it's just all about having a list of what you want to get done and use it like a drawing board. Just have a platter of things you know you want to do. Create with that list that you just made a rundown list, assigning numbers to each one with a priority, with 1 being the most important thing you want to get done for the day, 10 being the least important thing, but it's still on your list to do. Helping you narrow your focus on what's important to you will allow you to spend that energy on those most important items of the day. Now, I know sometimes you might not feel like doing item number 1 is what you have the energy to do. So feel free to switch between items 2 and 3. They're going back to 1. Just understand that whatever is the most important item that you have, try to spend the most energy doing so you know you can get that check mark blocked off for the day. And along with having that priority list, understand that the hardest task will probably be task number 1, or they at least should try to be task number 1. And the reason why I say this is because the hardest task is going to require the most amount of energy. I would recommend spending the morning part of your day doing the hardest tasks because you're the most well rested and well energized so that you can accomplish those tasks without taking a really long time. You know, I applied the same tactics to when I was going to school. If I was going to work on a hard task, I would put that as number 1 of the day where I have the most energy, my head is the most clear, and I'm not worried about any other thing. So that really gives me the narrowed focus and energy to accomplish that biggest task I have for that day. Tip number 3, make short-term and long-term goals. And I do this for myself as well. I have daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals, and yearly goals. And I recommend you guys have the same thing as well. It can be very hard to have a task that's set out on a daily basis, but you also have to think about the milestones that are farther out so you can plan ahead for things that are going to take more time to do than in just one day. Sometimes it's going to be a really big task and you have to strategically break that down into monthly tasks and weekly tasks so that you know you're striving towards some milestone. Same thing if you guys are looking for a career or a job. Let's say you want to be an engineer. Being an engineer is not a one-day thing. You have to spend hours, weeks, months, and even years going through school just to get the college degree, then to apply to become an engineer at a job. And so in this methodology, you understand that you have to take the courses and really put in that grind and extra effort to get there. So breaking it down is going to be extremely helpful for you guys. And apply this to anything that you can think of when you're trying to get a big objective done. Also, don't forget, tip number 4 is to get enough sleep, especially towards really long and hard tasks. I've done this myself as well. If you guys have a really big task and you're drained, it's going to take you a really long time to do. So find a way to boost yourself, boost your energy and your mental clarity so that when you run in to do those hard tasks, it's not going to be as hard because you have those other liabilities, those other draining excuses out of the way. If you're tired, take a nap. Try when you're a little bit more well rested so then you can focus on using that critical energy and getting things done much sooner. I remember too when I was really tired, even today too, if I'm really tired and I'm trying to make a YouTube video, I'm trying to create a thought on what my next video should be. If I'm tired, it's really hard for me to get an idea, or I'll spend about an hour or 2 hours even trying to write down a script of what I should really share with you guys. And I remind myself that I'm extremely tired and I should probably take a nap for 20 minutes and then try again. And I'll still get those thoughts out much sooner than when I'm trying to do it when I'm extremely sleepy. So keep that in mind as well. When you're doing something that's hard, take a nap, take a break, clear your mind, and you'll realize that you'll be much more suited to get a harder task done when you're well rested. Tip number 5, avoid big meals before doing big tasks. When you eat a huge meal, all that energy that your body has is going to process that food, and it can put you into a mental coma. So I would recommend, if you're going to be doing big tasks or that require long strides, just eat small meals throughout the day. Light meals, things that aren't too heavy for you, so that your body isn't using all its energy towards processing that food. And you can focus all of your energy on those mental tasks and mental things that you're trying to get done for that day. Tip number 6, try to reduce distractions. I know if it's really noisy where you are, it might be hard, so find a quiet library, maybe go to a coffee shop, or just get a room that's really sound drowning so that you aren't distracted by things around you. I know for me, if I'm in a public area and people are walking by, I have a hard time trying to focus because there's too many moving objects around me. So what I can do to help me is I'll block the vision that's on the side of me, and I'll have headphones on to listen to something that's drowning out any type of noise around me. I'll listen to music that doesn't have any lyrics, so my brain isn't passively trying to process the words that are playing through a song. So I'll listen to something instrumental, maybe an acoustic guitar, piano, violin, you name it. And that has proven to help me with really focusing my mental energy on something that is critical and requires my full input. Tip number 7, commit to tasks that you're working towards so that you don't have to repeat it. Haven't you guys done something and you're kind of just sort of faking your results, where you're like, I'll get it done, I'm kind of doing it, but I'm watching really a TV show on the side, or I'll work on it, but then I'll play a game at the same time. Yeah, I've certainly done the same thing too, where I'm kind of giving an attempt at it, but then when I look it over again for the next time, I realize, I was wasting my time. Or if I understood I was trying to do something, but I really wasn't in the moment, I should have just played the video game for about 10-15 minutes to get that out of my system so that I'd be ready to do the task and focus solely on that. So, you gotta dedicate that time where you can focus and really put all that energy in, and so that you don't have to repeat it over again. Give your best effort so you're not having to repeat that process 2 to 3 times. Tip number 8, I've done this myself and I wish I knew about it while I was in college, but consider using the tactic called Pomodoro. This is essentially where you'd spend 25 minutes on a really critical, focused energy task, and you would do that for those 25 minutes and then take a 5-minute break. So it kind of starts out where you write down an objective list, again, of what you want to do, and you identify in those 25 minutes what you're going to spend your time doing. And that's the only thing you do. So you remove all distractions, anything that might get in your way, and then you set a timer for 25 minutes and you just do that task no matter what. Even if you know you're not going to finish it, you keep doing it, and then you can roll it over to the next 25-minute session until you get it done. And then you spend those 5 minutes doing really whatever you want to do. That could be browsing the internet, closing your eyes, getting a snack, you name it. So typically, if you're doing a hard task, most people can only output about 3 to 5 hours of really critical hard work, and Pomodoro is going to help you get that done. And you'll be surprised about how much work you actually get done in as small as 3 hours because you're really focused. I know sometimes if you're joking around or you're not really putting full effort, it's going to take you 8 hours, and that's going to be a majority of your day. So consider spending the time and buckling down so then you don't have to repeat it, and you have the rest of the day to really do whatever you want and know that you feel accomplished at the same time. Tip number 9, reduce commute times. If you're going to school, you're going to work, or you're traveling every day, that time does build up. If you're driving to work 30 minutes one way and 30 minutes back, you do that 5 days a week, that's 10 hours of really wasted time. And that can really put an impact on your life. You're spending most of your time in traffic or on the road when you could spend that time resting, working on your task, or working on something that you wanted to spend your time doing. So as a short tip, just try to reduce your commute time and reduce that idle time that you're not really getting to focus on the things that you want to do because you're on the road. Just a tip. Number 10, Don't forget to take breaks. I know you might be working really hard and driving towards your goals, but think back and just get some time to rest and relax. If you're going all the time at 100%, you might burn out. And burning out is much worse than just taking a break, because when you burn out, you might not feel like doing that task for the next week. And that's gonna put you way more behind than just taking 20-minute breaks, or maybe even a 1-day break. Just put that project aside so that the next day you can really go all in and put all your effort towards that task. All right, guys, that's all that I have for you. Those were the 10 tips on how to effectively maximize your time so that at the end of the day, you feel accomplished and well rewarded for the night. Thanks for watching. Please do me a favor by liking, subscribing, and sharing this video with one of your friends. We are trying really hard on the Growth Mindset channel to share the word of the value and the creativity that we're bringing with you guys. If you have any topics that you would like us to do, post a comment below. We'll definitely consider it for the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Bye.